Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. On this channel we talk about all things fandom and we talk about them in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place. We're so happy to have you. This is Sunday and we've got to talk about something superhero related today, and that is the fact that Jonathan Majors is rumored to be coming back to the MCU. So we're going to break down what exactly is causing this rumor and talk about whether or not it is true. So let's jump right into it. All right, so before we get started, I thought it would be fun to take a look at some of the trailers that have come out for the Super Bowl. What did I think of them? Well, we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to jump into this Jonathan Majors situation. I hope that your team did win the Super Bowl, and if not, I am sorry your team didn't win. Now let's address these trailers. Now, one trailer that I thought wasn't going to be as good as it was the Thunderbolts trailer. I actually thought that was a lot of fun. I thought that was a very fun trailer. Although, I'm kind of wondering if you got the same type of vibes that I did, that this was sort of a Guardians of the Galaxies type of thing on Earth. That's what it made me feel like. They're a team of misfits with no superpowers that are going to have to save the world. And that's kind of a cool concept. But it also kind of makes them all misfits the way the Guardians of the Galaxy were. And I'm sure that a lot of people felt the same way. Another new trailer that we got was for Jurassic World Rebirth. And I have to tell you that I was pleasantly surprised with this one as well. I thought that this one was actually very good. A lot better than I thought this one was going to be honest with you. I expected them not to show any dinosaurs. That was sort of the joke. Everybody was saying they weren't showing any dinosaurs and everybody just figured that it wasn't going to have them. I thought it was funny that people said that, and in this one we got a lot of dinosaurs. We got a lot of really cool things in the trailer, and it was all very quick, smooth, and looked really well done. And then of course there was the new Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. And I thought that that trailer looked amazing. It made me excited to see that movie. I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible movies, and I didn't jump on that bandwagon immediately. I kind of came around to it after it was already popular, started watching them, and really decided that I enjoyed them. And then over at Disney, you still got the live action Lilo and Stitch remake trailer. And I thought that was cute. It was a very cute trailer for what it was. And if you like Lilo and Stitch, you're going to really enjoy this movie. More than likely, I think they did a cute job. Also, we got the live action How to Train Your Dragon commercial. And How to Train Your Dragon looks like it's a fun movie. I actually haven't seen the original movies, all of them anyway. I saw the first one and I thought it was good for what it was. And I think that if you enjoyed that movie, you're going to absolutely love watching it in live action, because they did a good job with at least most of the characters as I see. And I think it's going to look good. Now, over on the Puppy Bowl side, we did also get a Superman trailer, but it wasn't a new trailer, really. It was kind of the same trailer we've been getting, but I think it's really cool that instead of going big on the Super Bowl, they did support something like animals. I find that to be a really cool thing that they did there. I'm excited that they did it, even if you have a lot of channels saying that they aren't or that this is a bad move. I think it's the move they needed to make, because anybody can bring up a trailer at the Super Bowl and get the hype. But if you're bringing in that audience that isn't going to be watching the Super Bowl, someone who maybe doesn't like sports, but they like watching the cuteness of the animals jumping around earlier on in the day, then yeah, you've gained some new audience members that might actually check this movie out. So I think that that was a really good thing for them to do. That being said, let's get into our second topic, which is the Jonathan Majors situation. Okay, everybody, so this is the deal. Jonathan Majors was fired from the MCU, not just because he was going on trial, although that was a really big part of it. you can look all the charges up against him. We're not going to get into any of that. He has been cleared of those charges, but people will draw their own conclusions as to whether or not he should have been. And that's beside the point. What actually is the point here is that it wasn't just for that. Keep in mind that the Kang the Conqueror part of the story wasn't going the way they wanted it to go. It was not going the way they wanted it to go at all. A lot of people make the joke that the Kang the Conqueror character was done as soon as he got beat by Ant-Man. Now, I think that's a little harsh to say, although I do get it. Because the Ant-Man character beating him the way he did and beating him as simple as he did really didn't help to make you feel as though the character was a threat. And then you had him appear in the Loki series, which they kind of cleaned it all up. They kind of cleaned everything up in the Loki series, where Kang the Conqueror isn't really even needed anymore in the MCU. So all of a sudden, flash forward, charges are cleared, Jonathan Majors is back to work on other projects, and now the rumors have started up once more that he is coming back to the MCU to play Kang the Conqueror, that they want to finish the story. Well, a lot of people believe that that story was already finished by the events that happened in the Loki series. So that's kind of that right there. I think that when you look at how the Loki series ran and what happened with the character there, I think that it's worth addressing these rumors. Could they be true? And if so, why and how? So let's take a look at exactly why these rumors exist. According to Screen Geek, Marvel president Kevin Feige supposedly wants to bring Jonathan Majors back for a second MCU run. Feige reportedly is willing to hire Jonathan Majors once more for a future MCU project, to tie up some loose ends with Kang and close the supervillain character. And film insider Daniel Rickman, if you know who that was, also reposted the rumor on X, formerly Twitter. So why exactly have these rumors begun? Are they considering bringing him back? Well, another notable couple of scoopers, TMZ, chimed in to debunk this, stating that Majors was not in talk to reprise his role, that the studio was not considering bringing him back into the MCU fold. Notable scooper and insider My Time to Shine Hello posted on X, formerly Twitter, that TMZ headline was a misleading and clickbait. And they pointed out that Screen Geek had only mentioned considering in their report. Later on, Cosmic Circus Alex Perez also jumped in on the discourse after a fan asked him if there was any credibility behind the rumors surrounding Jonathan Majors' Kang return. And he replied, absolutely not. So let's look at it logically. In all actuality, this is something that a lot of people are confirming, so you have to actually consider that someone told them this, that someone is out there saying that this is true. And if it's true, then Marvel has a lot of work to do. So yeah, if he's going to come back and close out the villain, something's got to make a little more sense. They've got to work it in such a way that this is going to add to the MCU. And I don't personally see how this adds to the MCU at all. What I do think they might do, just because I could see them doing it, is instead of bringing them in to finish up some major arc, they do know that not everyone in the MCU viewership actually watches the series, and that being the case, may not have known that the character of Kang the Conqueror's story more or less ended in the Loki series. So with that being said, they could come in and decide that they need to close it up in some capacity. So I think there is maybe a hint of truth to this rumor. If they do consider it, it's not going to be for his own movie. It's not going to be to close it up in any sort of major way. I think that what they're talking about here is that they're going to be looking at a situation where they have decided that they'll bring the character in and close his arc officially in the films, not just in the series. This way, viewers aren't confused if they didn't watch the series, so they might bring him into the next Avengers movie just to close out his arc. And that could very much be what they're talking about here. That makes a lot of sense to me. That is something that I could see happening. In terms of giving him his own film, that's definitely not something they want to do. So I think that it's possible we'll get to see him in a small capacity in the next Avengers film. But don't let it fool you. While it may not exactly be clickbait, this is not saying that the actor is going to come back and play a major role. No, this could very well just be a situation where he is going to be coming back only to get killed off, only for them to solve the whole Kang the Conqueror problem and be absolutely done with it. But that is where I'm going to leave it off to you. I want to know what you guys think. If you've seen any of the Super Bowl commercials, let me know what you thought of them. And what did you think about the Kang the Conqueror news that's come out about the possible return of Jonathan Majors? Do you see him coming back in a big way? Like some of these rumors are hinting that they could be trying to bring him back for an entire another movie or story arc? Or do you think, like me, that it's probably more than likely going to be something as simple as bringing him back to finish him off in the movies so that fans who didn't watch the series aren't confused? As always, we want to hear from you guys, so make sure you are sharing this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation that we are having, so you definitely want to share it with them. And then make sure you're hitting that like button so that it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. So go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button because Miko says we need more subscribers. So hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.